day while substitute teaching, I found this game. The point is that there is no winner or loser, that it's all about the snails and being excited for which snail comes first. How is this fun? I understand not wanting to enforce the competitive nature on your children, but why not give them a game that has no competition whatsoever? Like Tinker Toys. Dang hippie games. Alright. Everyone does these Walky Talky Vlogs, and I don't know if I can do it. I'm also not going to be talking very loudly because it's late. I don't know what that is. Is that a vole? Oh man. You're not a mouse? What are you? Can I touch you? Ooh. I thought that was a giant bug. So, I go to a hippie school. It's fairly liberal. And you find pictures from when it once had an on-campus program that prominently display people making use of the clothing optional policy. It's not as structured as a traditional graduate program. And that's great for me because that's not what I wanted out of school. For undergrad, I went to this school where you took classes, and they're really stuck on the art of mid-century abstract expressionism. If you were making art like that, you were their darling. The whole interdisciplinary art thing would totally freak them out. So it seems to me. I was an art ed major with a printmaking concentration. And sometimes I would make embroideries or other things to go along with my prints, but you could always tell that they were secondary. When I was looking for a grad school, I wanted to find a program that was interdisciplinary, that I could do a few different things, and they would all be seen as art. I really like this program because it allows me to still live my life and not have to relocate myself. But it also doesn't have the disjointedness of an online program because you actually have to come to the campus, get to know the other students and the faculty. It definitely is sort of a liberal place, and everyone is quirky in their own ways. It's clearly the right kind of place for me, as one of my quirks includes getting upset at people who scrape their food into the trash bin and not the compost bin. It's a pretty writing-intensive program. No matter what your art practice consists of, there are people here who do performance art, visual art, more music-based art, poetry, more writing-based art, lots of different kinds of practices that combine different elements. But no matter what your practice, you still have to do a ton of writing. So everyone is really language sensitive, and you notice as you get in conversations with people here that they will sort of dissect your words, your phrases, make sure you really mean what you say and how you say it. There are good things, and it's cool to get to come hang out on the campus. It's weird because it's so disjointed. You meet everybody out of context. You don't even know how old they are. They could be anywhere from 22 to 97. You don't know about their families, their relationships, their friends, only what they tell you. It's weird. The other day on the help desk I saw this bowl marked free, and I walked up to it and I got really, really close. And only when my nose was about 2 inches from the bowl did I realize they were condoms. A few minutes later, I was talking with my friend and I said, "People are hooking up here?" And she turned to me and said, "Sure, yeah." But I really like the program. I like the self-directed learning. And I like that even though it is self-directed, you're still responsible to do your work. I like coming to the campus. I like that it's interdisciplinary and that doesn't mean that everyone is doing painting and photography or just two things, because so many people are doing so many different things, and when you get to come here and spend 8 days with all of these people, you learn so much. You might learn about different techniques or different ideas or different authors or artists or just things that you wouldn't have considered thinking about before, and they might affect you in some great way. Students and advisors both put on workshops and lectures, and during your 8 days here you plan out what your semester is going to look like. And then every 3 weeks you send a packet to your advisor. It generally consists of 15 pages of writing and documentation of the artwork you've been making. I right now am moving into my final semester, my portfolio semester, so I'm going to be taking the last 2 years worth of writing and combining it into pretty much a book. There can be weird things here, but there are really awesome things, like the college owns a gamelan. They're little quirky gems if you look carefully enough. And affirmations. And if you go into Montpelier, which is the capital of the state, you'll find a lot of funky, crunchy, vegan-y sort of shops and restaurants. It's pretty cool.